أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I welcome you all in the online session of electrical machines. Hopefully you all are fine and having good health. Today we start the session with the topic losses in DC machines. In previous session we already discussed about the DC motors, basic of DC motors, structure, construction and working principle of DC motor with the video tutorial. Hopefully you understand all the kind of things, and if you have any kind of query in previous sessions, you can feel free to ask with me in today's session. And if you not have any kind of query, so we continue today's session with the losses in DC machines. Losses in DC machines are typically we perform and calculate the reason for that how much power is lost in the kind of losses that can be physical, that can be internal losses, that can be electrical and mechanical losses. So the first content of the topic of losses in electrical or copper losses. Brush losses. Brushes are the part by which electricity can be provided or electricity can be taken. We call a brush by which we provide the electricity to the DC motor or DC generator. Core losses is also one of the basic important aspect as per the topic of losses. Mechanical losses, stray losses. So these are the main aspects of losses which we have to study in today's topic. Losses in DC machines which are electrical or copper losses. Copper losses are the losses that occur in the armature and field windings of the machine. The copper losses of the armature and field winding are given by these are the armature power losses, in which the armature current square into the resistance of armature coil multiplying factor with each other, we got the value of armature power as losses. And comes to the field part. Field, the current of field current square multiplied by the resistance of field, both the product we got the field power loss. So by this thing we got the electrical or copper losses. Coming to the next topic, that brush losses. Brush, I already told you before that brush is a part by which we provide the supply or take in the supply from a DC generator or respective motor. So brush is the keen part in a DC motor or DC generator. Brushes are mainly we called carbon brushes. The brushes drop loss in the power lost across the contact potential at the brushes of the machine. It given by the equation the power of brushes equal to the voltage drop on the brush and multiplied by the armature current. So by that formula we got the brush drop loss, because brush is the contact part to the commutator, and due to the stiffness and friction loss, and due to stiffness and friction, there is a rubbing between the uh, commutator and carbon. Because of this reason, the arcing is produced in between brushes and commutator, and due to arcing, there is a voltage drop produced between this arcing. So that we called brush drop loss. And then brush drop voltage and armature current. These are three things that we discuss in this formula. Now, unless otherwise specified, the brush voltage drop is usually assumed to be about 2 volt. So the voltage that is dropped across the brush are 2 volt. This is the minimum amount of volt or negligible amount of volt that is dropped or produced in between the commutator and carbon brushes during the arcing. Now losses in DC machine further continue with the core loss. Core losses, these are the hysteresis losses. Hysteresis, we all know the aspect that the saturation current which is stored in the core of field or armature we called a hysteresis. So it is a kind of restoring flux or current or phenomena in which the flux or current or magnetic effect that is stored in the core part of our armature of DC motor or field part of the uh, core side we called hysteresis effect. That's the reason that hysteresis effect is only produced in the core of the field winding of field side or the armature side. Now, and eddy current losses occurring in the metal of motor. Eddy current is the kind of leakage current. Leakage between the housing or core, that particular amount of leakage current is called eddy current. A kind of losses occurring in the metal of the motor. They are frequency dependent. These losses are frequency dependent due to the variation of frequency. Frequency is also dependent or relative with the speed. Means that the relative speed difference or individual speed of field and armature. There is a categorical speed between the field winding and armature winding, and if the field is rotate, because in motor the rotatory magnetic field is rotate, and it is the number of cycle of rotation field we call its frequency. Particularly it is not the frequency we assume that the utility kind of 50 hertz, it is not that particular frequency. It is a frequency of rotation in between the rotating magnetic field of armature and field winding. That particular field we called uh, the rotatory magnetic field, and the rotation that we are discussing, that particular is a frequency. It is not the frequency of utility, because we are not using AC utility of the supply, and in DC there is no frequency. So where comes the concept of frequency come here in this topic? That particular frequency is related to the rotatory magnetic field that is produced in between field winding and armature winding. That particular speed of frequency which are we talking about, that is called the frequency. So that's why these core losses are frequency dependent and vary as a square of the flux density, that is the B square. For the rotor, they vary as 1.5 power of speed of rotation, that n to the power of 1.5. These are dependent on rotatory speed rotation of the power that is used or consumed by the particular losses. Mechanical losses associated with mechanical effects. It is reflected by its name. There are two basic types of mechanical losses: friction and windage losses. Friction friction is produced. You can say the rotating part is shaft in the motor, and the shaft is hanged by a bearing. Bearing hold the shaft and rotate a smooth way, and the friction is produced between the shaft and bearing. So that particular friction is produced there. Windage means the particularly housing should be made by this construction of the aspect that air cannot be locked, and the exhausting kind of mechanism should be there. You all know that in most of the DC motor there is a hole particularly out there to cool down the motor. So that particular purpose we fix a windage kind of holes and windage way to remove the struck air in the motor to extract from the motor. For particular purpose, we use windage path in every kind of motor. Particularly in previous lectures, I already discussed the windage, the hole that is placed in the armature winding, particularly in its strips. I think you all remember that we have discussed the cooling holes in the armature core in the laminated strips. Particularly, these holes are placed there to cool down the uh, armature if it hurts. Friction losses are losses caused by the friction of the bearing in the machine. I already discussed this thing. Windage losses are caused by frictional friction between the moving parts of the machine and the air inside the motor's casing. So this is the windage losses. So case normally many times or too much hot at most of the time. So we have to make or construct the kind of cage of DC motor in heat sink nature. So particularly the construction shape of the motor, most of the time you can see it is in heat sink in shape. The casing of the motor, particularly either it is a AC motor, either it is a DC motor. So the frame, cage, housing is also play a vital role to cool down the housing of the motor, because uh, due to the rotatory machine, most of the time motor is too much hot in after 2 to 3 hours continuous rotation. So we need to cool down the motor, and the housing, exhaust fan particularly play a vital role to cool down the motor. And there are many kind of mechanisms as cool down the transformer. Similarly, available the cool down mechanism there in the motor to reduce the heat losses and windage losses from the motor. These losses vary as cube of the speed of rotation of the machine. Now comes to the next aspect, that is stray losses. Stray losses also very important aspect. Stray losses are losses that cannot be placed in one previous categories. All such losses are lumped into stray losses. They are usually taken at 1% of full load. They are usually take 1% of full load. In Urdu, stray we called bhatke hue. Bhatke hue means any kind of losses that can be that cannot count in mechanical aspect, that cannot count electrical aspect, but the efficiency is reduced due to the some kind of reasons. So we assume that due to this undeclared losses we called as stray losses. So stray losses play a vital role by which it counts to be 1% of full load. Now coming towards the power flow diagram in DC generator.
Yes, sir, how can we reduce or remove these losses?
Okay. Uh, Electrical and copper losses can be reduced by proper insulation. If we place the winding in the slot of field or armature, there should be a cooling mechanism so we can reduce the mechanical losses. And if the insulation is too much streaky and in good quality of we are using the good quality of laminated chemical between the winding to winding, slot to slot, so we can reduce the electrical or copper loss. Second thing, the placed of the mica in between the winding and slot of the winding. So it should be better insulated paper or insulating material, so the copper, the space between the copper and winding and the slot by which it placed, it cannot be physically contact with each other. So there is a insulation between the winding slot, core and copper. So insulation can be uh, more feasible there, and we reduce more losses like a copper losses. Electrical and copper losses are same. Brushes losses, loss can be produced in brush. We minimize the brush loss, like to make a good quality of brush. Like brush is made by two category of carbon. That is, I think, one of the carbon, and another I forgot the material. Uh, Second material. Can anyone remember what kind of material I announced last lecture? What kind of material that made by the carbon bases? I forgot the material. One is the carbon, and second one I can't remember. So hopefully, to select the good material of carbon brushes, we can reduce the carbon brush loss. Core losses, I already told you before that we have to make the strip base laminated core and paste each other to make a solid material of the core. And to select the stainless steel kind of or ferrite core iron material base armature winding of the slot, by which the armature winding is placed, we can reduce the core losses of the armature. Mechanical losses, a vital role can be there to select the particular of brand of bearings, and mechanical losses can be there by windage losses. If you design a motor with the proper kind of windage, weigh out the exhausting of the air and particularly cool down the motor, and uh, these are the secondary kind of materials, or we can place there that the rotation of water by the pipes in the motor we can cool down. There are the four types of way by which we can cool down the transformer. I think in previous session you already discussed that the air blast transformer, and air blast means to provide the air in the pressurized air to cool down the winding of transformer. Same material or mechanism can be used to reduce the temperature in the motor. And secondly, the water pipes can be out there to absorb the heat in the transformer. Same material can be used to cool down the motor winding as the field winding and armature winding. Stray losses I already discussed. These are negligible losses, stray losses there. These are 1% of the full load. And I already tell you about that. Stray losses are those losses which we are not count and not sure about that why the efficiency is reduced 1% or 2%. The particular loss we declared that these are the due to the stray losses the efficiency is decreased, and all such losses are lumped into stray losses. Means that the negligible and cannot declared kind of losses we assume or called as stray losses. These losses, we can reduce losses but cannot eliminate all kind of losses. Losses is the main aspect. Similarly, we all know there is a silencer out there in our bike and in car. You can and it is used to battery is dead. Oh, sorry. So I said in every kind of motorbike and car, you can see that there is a silencer out there, and approximately 18% to 10% the efficiency was lost due to this carbon emission of the car. You cannot eliminate the silencer part in the motor, because you all know there is a wastage of energy can be out there in kind of mechanical rotation engines and other kind of things. So you can reduce the losses but cannot eliminate the losses. So these are the ways that how can we reduce the losses. And in this lecture we are introduce the losses about the DC generators. Now the coming towards the overall losses, the incoming power, that is the incoming power that apparent applied omega of the speed, including with stray losses, mechanical losses, core losses, iron losses, that is I square R losses, and all the aspects of these losses we already covered in the previous pages of 1, 2, 3, 4, and at the end the total power will be got after subtracting all these aspects. The input power minus all these losses, we got the output power. And the power flow diagram of DC motor. Up till now, if anyone have any kind of query, you can feel free to ask. I will answer your questions, your queries. Please ask if you have any kind of query till now. Up till now, I explained the losses, and the one person asked a question that how can we reduce or eliminate the kind of losses in the DC motor generator. So I answered the kind of question and try my level best to answer the question. Due to the construction aspect, due to the winding aspect, windage aspects, stray aspects, all the kind of aspect, try my level best to answer the kind of queries or question. Now, if anyone have any kind of query, you can ask. Otherwise, I continue the session. The power flow diagram of DC motor. Before that, we are discussed that the DC generator, and now we are discussing about the uh, DC motor, the power flow diagram. Incoming power, that P in equal to terminal voltage in line voltage, line current. After that, the iron losses are produced, I square R losses, and then this is the convolution power, which means the armature potential of voltage and armature current equal to the uh, induced and what we call it, it's uh, armature angular speed. Now then include or convolve with the core losses, mechanical losses, stray losses. In motor side, the mechanism is some little bit or different, and at the end we got the input power. Now application of DC motors, where we use these motors in most of the places or devices. We already seen the DC motor out there in our ignition of cars, in our ignition of bike systems, and in self-start motors, generator motors, or and the separately excited DC motors and brushless DC motor. The outer of the air condition is made by the DC motor. It operates by the mechanism brushless DC motor, BLDC we call it. Now, moving towards the application of DC motors, shunt motors. It is used where the speed is required. Shunt motor is used where we need speed required to remain almost constant from no load to full load. So speed is constant from no load to full load. No load to full load speed is constant, remains same. Either load is on or either load is full. Industrial use, let's in most of the lathe machines we are using the shunt motor, drills, boring mills, shapers, spinning machines, and waving machines, etc. kind of devices and applications we are using the shunt motors. Series motors, where large starting torque is required, as an example in elevators and electric traction system. The series motor out there, where the load is subjected to heavy fluctuations. Fluctuations mean load can be too much high and or too much low. The fluctuation of load out there and not there, so that we call the heavy fluctuations in particular the as respect to the load. And the speed is automatically required to adjust. Means that if the load is applied to the shaft, particularly it need a high torque. So when motor can sense or judge that particular load is applied on the shaft, it increase its torque to cover or overcome the speed or torque. Particularly on these kind of aspects, we are using these aspects. Industrial use, electric traction system, cranes, elevators, air compressor, vacuum cleaners. Out there we are using the series motors. Now compound motors. Uh, I think most of the people are not aware up till now these motors, but I'm sure In upcoming lectures, we in detail discuss the shunt motor, series motor, and compound motor, and structurally analyze that particularly and how it works. But it's a short span of introduction about these application of motor, that how many kind of DC motor are out there, and in how many industrial use or application particularly we are using. Now, compound motors. Cumulative compound motors are used where a fairly constant speed is required with irregular loads or suddenly applied heavy loads. Particularly, the compound motor is used out there. Industrial use of compound motor is pressers and shears, reciprocating machines. These are the particular applications uh, which I don't have any kind of aspect till now, that I'm not seeing particular aspects of reciprocating machines, but out there in compound DC motor they are using there. Up till now, any person have any kind of query, you can feel free to ask with me. I will answer your queries up till now. If any our friend have any kind of query, please ask. Okay, we end today's session, first part of session, with a video. And last I was discussed the concept of commutator with you guys and carbon braces with you guys. Hopefully you understand and don't have any kind of query till now. So how DC motor works, we are discussed in this video. So wait some kind of seconds. Now it's working. These are the aspect of DC motor. You can see these are the carbon brushes by which they fractionally contact with commutator. This is the commutator. Carbon brushes positive and negative are coming to close with commutator. A permanent magnet of north south is placed out there in DC motor to flow the magnetic field from north side to south side, and particularly we provide the supply of DC positive negative towards positive carbon brush and negative carbon brush of the pair, and then commutator is rotated by the side. So you can see that how it move away or going towards. If we want to change the polarity, that it moves from it, particularly it moving towards the anti-clockwise. Currently it is moving anti-clockwise, and if we want to move it a clockwise direction, so we have to reverse the polarity, that particularly have to provide here negative side and here positive side, so rotation can be reversed. So DC motor have the particular aspect that we can change its polarity and rotate its nature. So it is too easily understandable. So torque, variable torque we can achieve by DC motor as well by variable voltages. If we our voltages are variable, then particularly the speed of the torque can also be variable. The rotation purpose. The basic criteria to select a DC motor or AC motor is that in most of the cases we are one of the basic aspect that how to select the AC motor, DC motor. DC motor is select particularly for the purpose of torque, and AC motor is select for the purpose of speed. Main purpose is also one of which I am discussing here. So here you can see this is the armature and this is the field of permanent magnet. So there are the two aspects that you provide the supply by electromagnet. This is the permanent magnet. Permanent magnet means this is the north and south pole of the magnet, means that this is the field of magnet by the permanent magnet, and permanent magnet of the field we are connect here. In between the armature is rotated, and That particular field you can see here is a permanent magnet. This field can be replaced by an electromagnet. And how it make, simply we make a housing of slot of field winding and place the copper winding like this in the side, in the overall 360-degree housing. Already I discussed the concept of field winding. So by this way we are connect by this way we are connect the field winding, and due in slot one by one in series or in parallel aspect we are provide a supply of DC motor. So DC motor can be in two types, by the permanent magnet and by permanent magnet and one by uh, electromagnet. Hopefully I continue session again via the video. The brushes were out there time. The brush is frictionally placed with the commutator and connect with the spring. The armature is in laminated strip base like this, and the winding of armature is placed in the core. You can see here. These are the carbon bases, parallel connections. You can see this is the parallel connection, and this is the series motor connection. Winding and sorry, winding. Yes, yes. Shunt motor means these are the parallel connection of field winding. So here you can see this is the field, this is the whole armature, and the housing in 360-degree you can see this is the field winding. And field winding and these carbon brushes are connected parallelly with each other, means that the one wire of field extract from here, and carbon brushes extract positive side here and connected directly this one positive and directly field winding positive wire. And similarly the negative wire of the carbon brush connected by here, and similarly parallelly connected the field winding of negative side of the field winding and carbon brushes by each other. So this connection we called a parallel motor connection and also called a shunt motor in DC motor particularly. And similarly the same concept is available here, that we connect the DC motor carbon bases in series. The series, that how one supply here and series with the winding of field winding. Secondly, negative of supply DC motor connect with the carbon bases of this and series with the field winding. So there's in series motor, the field winding and armature winding are in series with each other, and shunt motor, field winding and carbon brushes winding are parallel with each other. So this is the main difference between shunt motor and series motor, as compared to the slide, as compared to the supplied side, that how much and how we provide the DC supply to the DC motor. Series motor, you can see series. What means that the armature winding and field winding are series with each other. So that's why it's called a series motor. And shunt motor is what we said, parallel connection between the between what field winding and carbon brushes we called a shunt motor and parallel motor. Particularly if anyone have any kind of query till now, please feel free to discuss. This is the main aspect in DC motor, that is the back EMF. Back EMF, I I tell you guys in detail in back EMF, but this is not a good time to explain the back EMF till now, because we need a whole lecture for back EMF. But particularly if we discuss here, I explain you some kind of chunk of statements by which you understand the concept of back EMF. Back EMF particularly is that like Lenz's law. Uh, what Lenz's law tell us that when we provide a supply to a coil, it induce a supply, or it back it backs to the source. That concept of backing is called the back EMF. The concept is available in AC motor and as well in DC motor. So start with the concept. You can see we provide a supply. This is the armature which is rotated in between the field. This is the field winding or field in between the armature is moved. And this is the concept of armature by the carbon brushes of commutator, and this is the coil of armature on which it rotates. Positive and negative EMF is produced. So back EMF in and back EMF back. So back EMF is directly proportional to the speed of rotor. How much rotor is rotate, it relatively connect with it. So there is a concept of bearing and fan mechanism, that how to cool down the mechanism. This is the, oh, particularly I tell you guys the windage aspect. Windage. This is a shaft, and for cooling mechanism, the cooling fan is connected there, that to cool down the motor. Bearing out there by which we hang. There should be two bearing in starting of the housing and ending of the housing. It is in compact mode. Here you can see this is these holes or spacing is for windage loss to cool down the motor, because motor is a rotatory part and it continuously moving. You can see this is the packages on which it make. And universal motor, already discussed the concept of universal motor. Those particular motor which are rotate or work on, especially on AC, and particular also on DC, that particular motor are called universal motors. Up till now, anyone or any person have any kind of query, please feel free to discuss. I will answer your kind of queries. And in next session I discuss the armature, lecture 5, armature winding, that how armature winding works. So I'm requesting all of you or any one of you that take the snap of today's attendance and please share with us in official group. Please share the attendance of today's participate attendees session. And this is the lecture 5. Please share today's attendance in our today WhatsApp group. And the session will further continue after Maghrib prayer. So hopefully you join also the second session of today's electrical machine class, that will continue after Maghrib prayer. If anyone have any kind of query, please feel free to discuss and please share today's attendance in our official group. And I'm end today's this session and will continue with the same link after Maghrib prayer at 6:45 p.m. Allah Hafiz.